So good now.
All right, wonderful.
Okay, so you want to start?
All right, yeah, I will officially start for realsies. I'll think about removing the beginning part. I'll think about it.
I mean, I'm editing this one, so let me handle
Oh right, I forgot you are.
it. Yeah.
Oh my god, I could do so much bullshit now.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Nah, I'm joking.
I see how it is.
I'm joking. Wait a minute. If it's gonna be on your side, shouldn't you start it since it's on your channel this time?
I mean, we could take turns, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. All right. You started this time.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the JoVerse Podcast, name pending still. Today we have the lovely host.
Lovely.
Okay, the condescending, unfriendly, narcissistic host.
Hey, it's JoJo Prize, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. And yours truly, the Double D. And
The Double D.
yeah, might as well give my full name. Clout. Shout out.
Clout. Shouts out to Clout.
Yeah. So you might as well give your full name as well on Twitch while you're at it.
No.
No? Oh, okay. I guess you have standards.
True, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't like self-plugging. It's just a me thing. Like, I think it's fine to plug into different places, but personally, for me, I just don't like plugging. I feel weird.
I mean, I've kind of noticed it based on how you have different names everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
There's
quite
JoJo
funny.
Prize, JoJo Kev. Okay, there's my self-plug, but you get the idea.
Hassan as well.
Kind of. Hassan in-game, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There we go. We did the plug regardless.
Okay, fucking Hey, they don't know what platforms those go to, though. That's the funny part.
I mean, they can figure it out.
Yeah, but it's gonna take them a little bit to figure it out.
I mean, I could just say it, but I won't.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's get to the topic. We're going to be discussing more breakers.
Oh my god, I fell asleep. Again.
Well. Hold your horses. At least for this episode, we can talk about the new banner.
Ooh, that is true. There's some interesting shit about the new banner.
There is, and interesting stuff that I don't have.
Oh no, let me guess. You got badly cooked by the gotcha system once again?
170 pulls.
What did you get?
170. I got none of the new skills at all.
Huh?
No new skill.
No, not even the supers.
No, I got no. Here's the thing. I got the transfers, all three
Okay.
transfers, no problem. I got
Fantastic.
I got all of Ginyu aside from the Ginyu specific skill, which is the faster movement after getting revived.
Yeah.
Frieza, no skills. I don't even know if Frieza has a unique skill. I can't remember. I didn't get.
He does.
Which one is it? Not the chair one. Is it
That's it. That's the
That's
only
the chair?
unique one I can
Okay.
think of. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't get the chair. I didn't get any of Kid Boo's two skills, neither sleep nor angry shout.
Yeah.
I didn't get any of the supers, so I bought all the supers to try them
Yeah,
out.
same as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no new skills. I only got covert operations from the previous banner, which I didn't have.
Now, to cut you off a little bit here about covert operations. Look, covert operations is actually pretty solid. Okay.
For hiding.
For hiding, yeah, exactly. If you want to be a Dragon Ball hunter and you have covert operations, it's gonna be a little harder to detect you, especially if you're good at running away from the raider.
I mean, yeah, but like it's a very niche skill in my opinion. There are so many better things to have instead of that.
Well, true, but a lot of passives, right? They require some sort of condition to them. Like, for example, key tracking. That's completely useless unless you're very close to the raider and you're locked onto him. And then boom, that's it. That's the only value you get. A lot of the passives are really dog shit. As for covert operations, it's on constantly, the whole time, hindering the raider. And yeah, admittedly, I think it was like what? Minus 20 detection range or minus 25? That's still really solid for doing absolutely nothing and just going about your day.
I mean,
You know?
yeah, it can have its uses, sure. I haven't tried it, so I can't really judge it too hard, but it just doesn't fit my build in any way.
No, I understand.
I'm not doing a running away slash hiding build. It might be good if you pair it with Kid Trunks' skill that increases your D change when you're near the raider.
How close do you need to be?
You need
You have to be like
within heartbeat range.
heartbeat range. Like when you're shaking in your Tims.
Yep.
So you have to actually detect the raider first in order for that to happen.
Yeah. Essentially, yes. So I don't know. They're giving us skills that do synergize well together, but on their own, they're quite bad.
No, yeah, for sure. That some of the this goes for both active skills and passive skills, but a lot of the active skills and passives, you kind of require combos to them. 'Cause like you said just now, by themselves, a lot of the things are just not good. I mean, take what's it called? Instant descent for an example.
Mm-hmm.
By itself, it's horrible.
Yep.
You're still gonna get locked on, but pair it with, say, smoke bomb. You go up in the air, you smoke bomb, you instant descent down, and there's no lock onto you, and you'll most likely have a free escape.
That is
But
true.
the thing is, you need a combo with it, and I
Yeah.
don't want to have a build dedicated to one fucking active skill. I want to have variety. I want everything to play their part. You know?
Yeah, no, I agree. They need to buff individual skills to make it worth running a skill that is around. To make it worth running a build that is based around one skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, like smokescreen is nice and all, but all it does is delay your eventual demise.
No, not only that, but against a competent raider, dude, you're giving them free aim.
Yeah, true.
They can't lock onto you. They could just spam around your area until they eventually hit you. So if anything, you're fucking yourself over literally by just throwing a smoke bomb underneath you.
That is true. It's very circumstantial. If you're descending, then yeah, you're screwed. If you are on the ground and then you smoke bomb into a trampoline, it might work out, but it's it could work for you, it could work against you, but overall it's not a good skill. The only time I've seen it used well when I tested it out is usually against Cell because it blocks key tracking.
Smoke bomb blocks key tracking?
Yes, if you hear Cell using key tracking and you smoke bomb before you're detected, it will block the detection.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
what the heck?
It's a very... I don't know if they patched it, because I don't know if that's how it's meant to work, but in Season 2, it worked like.
Does it work for Scouters? Do you know?
Scouters, I haven't tested it, to be honest, because Scouters became prevalent... Actually, no, Scouters became better in Season 2 because of Vegeta. No, I don't think I've tested it with a Scouter. I would assume it... Actually, I don't know if it would work with a Scouter.
I mean, dude, I'm all down for experimenting.
That could be a good idea, but you have to do it before you get detected. That's the thing.
That is so odd. Why keep tracking? Is it?
I don't know.
What? That has to be a glitch or something.
It might have been a glitch. I just know that it worked and it was funny to do in Season 2, but ever since Cell became really weak and rarely used, I just stopped using it.
Oh yeah. That's interesting. You know what I think? I think as soon as you throw the smoke bomb down, look, I'm not a game developer or anything. It's just pure guess here. But as soon as you throw the smoke bomb down, you're like hitbox, right? Your hitbox of your character is invisible in a way. You know how the Raider lose the lock on you? Maybe that applies to key tracking. What if the key tracking counts you as like you're not even there? Literally, you're not even there because of the smoke bomb.
So you're saying
maybe that's a glitch.
So you're saying key tracking tracks the hitbox and not the survivor specifically?
Yes, That's what I think.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if the game was patched like that. It honestly wouldn't surprise me.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work on Scouter, because Scouter, I think, it's not even key tracking. It's something completely different.
Yeah, I mean, logically, key tracking should work on Smokescreen as well as Scouter, but you don't know. I mean,
no, I agree. So, I don't know why Smokescreen does that. That's very unrealistic of the Dragon Ball Z universe.
Yeah,
you know, a fucking smoke bomb? You kidding me?
Yeah, I can't answer it. It's just very weird when I discovered it.
It's a good discovery, though. It shows a lot of
yeah, but it even shows that even though it has this unrealistic power, it's still crap. That's the downside.
Always been crap.
Yeah,
it's always been crap.
That's the thing. Like, how do you buff a skill like that to where it's usable?
Well, I do have a few ideas.
Okay.
Very simple ideas. For one, make it possibly last longer and make the smoke bomb explosion bigger. Because you've seen how small it is. You throw the smoke bomb, it's just a small area that the Raider just needs to shoot in.
Yeah.
In order to hit you.
Yep. True.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, if you make the smoke bomb bigger and last a little bit longer, I mean, I think you'll have a much better shot at escaping with like a skill or a grapple, or have a little bit more time to place a trampoline, or give you a little bit of time to go into a corner to safety behind a wall, make them think that you're going somewhere, you know?
Yeah, no, I actually like that idea.
Yeah, and for once, and this isn't a game-breaking idea for once, you know?
Yeah.
This is actually a pretty normal idea to make Smokescreen just a little bit more viable. And, you know, to be honest, I don't think it's going to do anything crazy with the meta, but I mean, I hope it'll make people be more creative with their build, because that's the aim that I want for them to go for. More creativity, because, well, with the new banner coming out, I think creativity has gone up a bit because of the new shit. The new shit is fantastic, by the way. I think it's wonderful. Angry Shout's wonderful. Head Start Vehicle, or Saiyan's Gaming Chair, is pretty good. I meme on it a lot, but I think aside from all the memes, it's solid. What else? The pickup from Captain Ginyu, where you move faster. I mean, it's very niche. It's like Princely Pride, right?
Yeah.
You have to get down to get any value of it, any sort of value on it, which kind of sucks. But hey, it's there. The Transfers are fantastic. Really? I think Kid Buu has the best transfer in the game. Yeah.
I think Kid Buu is the only one that's the good transfer. I think Frieza and Ginyu are horrible.
Ginyu's like dog water. Frieza, I think people are bashing on Frieza a little too hard. Don't get me wrong. There's better options than Golden Frieza. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think he's as bad as everyone is portraying him. I don't think to compare him to Captain Ginyu, I think that's a disrespect. If it's compared to Captain Ginyu, then I think Golden Frieza is fantastic. Compare him to other transfers, yeah, Golden Frieza specifically isn't the best option.
I mean, his ki blasts aren't good on any level. His supers do way too little damage for what they are. They're just not good. Level 1 is a basic key spam, slow. Level 2 is a disc with very minimal homing, very minimal. Level 3 is an array of beams where only one of them will hit the Raider. That does minus damage. His Emperor beam has the slowest charge up time ever, and they do very little damage. They don't even deplete the knockback gauge, and it's easily dodgeable. And his finger beam attack again does very little damage, even if all the finger beams hit. Like, none of his supers warrant the use. They're not quick. They don't do enough damage. They're not even accurate. There is nothing, in my opinion, in Frieza's arsenal that makes it worth running Frieza. In Golden Frieza specifically.
Well, here's where I kind of disagree with you on some of the things you said just now. So, I noticed that a lot of people hard focus on the damage of a super. They just hard focus on that. Understandably so, right? You want to kill the Raider, right? And you need to find the most efficient way to kill the Raider. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
But that's one of the main objectives to do. But I don't see Golden Frieza as a damage dealer. I see him as a stalling genius. It's hard to land his level 3 and level 4 key spamming, but guess what? It does fuck up the Raiders key spamming. His Crazy Fingers is also another really good move that completely obliterates the Raiders key spamming, depending on the Raider, obviously, but most of the Raiders have the same key spamming. What else about Frieza? His Emperor Beam, yes, stupidly long startup, 20 years to shoot all the lasers, but one thing I do notice about Emperor's Beam is if you have good teammates with you that are stun locking the Raider with like stuns or just meleeing him, you will do insane amount of damage. I forgot who told me this, but if you were to land every single beam on Emperor's Beam, which is doable, you will do the same amount of damage as Father Kamehameha. Father Son Kamehameha, I think it's called, right?
Father Son
Kamehameha. Like yeah, it will do that much damage. So, I don't see Golden Frieza as a damage dealer, and people keep on trying to look at it that way, which I don't think people should. It's a fantastic. He's a fantastic staller transfer. If you're a really good survivor, you know how to use your passives, your actives, and everything. You'll be a stalling machine. It will be hard to kill you to the point where the Raider has to melee you. And if you're good at meleeing, say less. So that's the way I see the Golden Frieza transfer. Though again, there are definitely better options. Like for example, dude, is Frieza level 2? You might as well just go back to normal Frieza, because his normal Frieza level 2 is the best key spam in the game. Is a little beam spam. That's way better than throwing a fucking disc for sure.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I see your point, but in my opinion, if you need to use a super to counter a Raider's key spamming, then that is not a good transfer.
Why is that?
Because if you are not a level 4, you are just wasting your D-change faster, so you'll be able to stall less, in my opinion. That's why I go back to what you said with Frieza's level 2 key spamming. That is way more effective for stalling than using a super, because you can do it longer. If you're smart, you can do it effectively, and you buy more time. I just don't see a way Frieza. I just don't see an aspect where Golden Frieza excels in more than any other transfer, even in one thing. Frieza just overall just feels worse than a transfer in a specific category. I can't think of one scenario where I'd be like, oh yeah, I wish I had Golden Frieza for this situation. There just isn't.
That is very true. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Sorry to cut you off, but when multiple times I've thought like that through many matches. Like, for example, if I was in a match against Cell level 4, what kind of transfer counters Cell level 4 key spamming?
Frieza level 2.
Yes. Anyone else you can think of?
Kid Buu level 3.
Anyone else?
And level 3.
Anyone else?
Probably Vegeta with his rapid key spamming.
Yes.
That is probably it off the top of my head. I might be missing one or two.
Yeah, that's all I can think of as well. I think I might be missing one, but yes, exactly. It's gotten to the point where a lot of the transfers, right? You look at them and you think, why would I ever run this garbage? Take Trunks, for example. The Trunks transfer. That is the worst transfer in the game.
Which Trunks specifically?
The normal form, where he's not Super Saiyan.
The
Have
adult.
you seen his key spamming?
The adult.
Yeah,
Trunks.
the adult. Yeah, adult Trunks.
His level 2 is okay.
What's his level 2?
It's a rapid key spam.
Have you seen his level 3 key spamming?
I'm pretty sure I did when I first tested it. I think I came to the conclusion it wasn't good. Same with this level 1.
So his level 3 and level 4 spamming is just, you know, the one beam shot that takes 20 years to shoot out, or that has like 20 years startup?
Like Videl and Bardock?
Yeah, but like a beam projectile instead.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that is his key spamming.
Okay, I get it.
So I think they need to actually change up, not buff or nerf, but change a lot of the key spamming in the game.
Isn't
like Videl?
Sorry to cut you off. Isn't Golden Frieza level 1 the same?
No, I think his level 1 is yeah, I think it is the same. I haven't tried his level 1 yet at all, actually. So
I think it's the same. It's the slow one-handed beam. Yeah.
Yeah, slow one-handed beam. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think this is what they should do, right? They should just change up a lot of the transfer, because time and time again, going back to what I was saying, time and time again, I would think, man, I wish I had the right transfer for this. If I had Frieza level 2, Kid Buu level 3 or 4, Vegeta level 3 and 4, I could have out key spammed this Raider, and we would have won the match. Because literally, depending on your transfer, you could literally win the match because of your transfer alone.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah, honestly, if you pair them up, yeah, you can. If not win, you can definitely be the main factor.
Oh yeah,
winning.
Be
Yeah,
the most annoying piece of shit in the game. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
That's why. Like, what is the point of running any other transfer? I mean, maybe to like meme around, I guess. But if you want to like have a good flow of match and get going, right? It's best for you to find a transfer build that has good speed, good counter, or outright counter the Raider, because most of the time, depending on the transfer you run, you do counter a lot of the key spamming from the Raider.
You do.
And
go on. No, go finish. It's okay.
I was just gonna say, you know what? I completely lost my train of thought.
It's okay. I'll continue.
Yeah.
So the reason why they made it like this, where they're tying key blasts to transfers, is because, like, it's for new players who just pop in. They have to pick a transfer to use a certain key blast.
Yeah.
So, you know, like with skills, where if you level it up to +10, you no longer need that transfer to use a skill. Whereas I think the developers had in mind that if you want to have a skill, you need to sacrifice your key blast and pick this transfer. I don't think they thought long term, where we all have +10 minimum on our skills and we can pick and choose, and then we just pick the best ones. I don't think they thought that far ahead. So what they could do is maybe have it so we can actually pick which key blast we want for said transfer, maybe? Although I don't know if that would make transfers kind of redundant, in a sense.
No. Actually, that's actually, well, I think that's a solid idea. And here's why, right? So, take the most recent banner for an example, Captain Ginyu.
Yep.
I'm sure you've seen Captain Ginyu's key spamming. It is horrid. It is dog water. It's the same as Videl's and Bardock. It's horrible. It's just bad.
Yep.
But if they want to stay true to the show, there was a move that Captain Ginyu did where he straight up did key spam a lot when Goku went Kaioken. He threw a bunch of key spam at him, right?
He did. Yep. He did.
And maybe they could switch it to that, because it does make sense. Like, I was thinking Captain Ginyu should if they're gonna recycle other people's other transfers' key spamming, they could have easily replicated Vegeta's level 3 key spamming to Captain Ginyu, and it would have made sense.
Yeah, it would have.
And instead of the yellow ball, it would have been like the red ball that he spammed at Goku, right? That one time.
True.
Why couldn't they do something like that? So your idea of changing up the key the keys of certain transfers, it would actually make sense. And if anything, it would bring in a brand new avenue of like potentially new key spams. Because call me crazy, but what if your quote-unquote key spam can be changed into a melee a melee spam? For example, like Videl. What if instead of a key spam, you get like a I don't know, like a charge, like a what's it called?
Rush attack?
Yeah, like a rush attack, but not it being a super. Like a
Okay.
It's in Xenoverse, like a rising combo move. Whatever it's called in Xenoverse 2. You know what I'm talking about?
I was thinking more of Dragon Ball Legends when you were talking about that. See if I could think of a similar scenario. But again, it kind of comes... Okay, so they have it based on proximity. If you're close enough to the raider, it goes for a melee. If you're far enough away, it goes to a key spam, which is what Legends does. So... What you're saying is, regardless of distance, if you pick Videl, let's say, Videl would have a melee M1, so Videl would just rush the raider regardless of the distance?
No. I think Videl or the you need lock on. Once you have lock on, once you have lock on, then you'll be able to charge forward.
Okay, and I'm guessing it's probably disrupted easily by a key blast or something.
What do you think?
Well, yeah.
Should it?
If it's an M1, an M1 should counter an M1.
Okay, then yeah, sure. Then yes, it does get countered. What do you think about that? Sounds like you're a little reluctant.
Yes, because then, for example, if you are level 1 and you're fighting a raider level 2, we all know the interaction of meleeing a higher level raider. How would that work?
So instead of a normal punch, right? Instead of like, the punch where the raider just flicks you like a fly, right?
Yep.
Maybe. I mean, while I think about it, do you have anything in mind? Because I was thinking it changes up the whole animation of punching the raider. Yeah, it's not going to damage the raider, but it's going to do something different.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. I like the idea of being able to customize your M1. But I don't want it to go to the point where transfers basically just become skins, like in Dead by Daylight. I don't want that. I want transfers to have a meaning. So if you are able to like mix and match supers and then transfers mean nothing, that's not really what I want. But at the same time, I do want more flexibility, more customizability, but I just don't want the transfers to just end up becoming skins.
Okay, I just thought of something then.
Okay.
How about this? Since it's very obvious that they do recycle some stuff here and there, right? When it comes to key spamming.
Yep.
So how about turning certain key spams into variations of already existing key spams? So, for an example, you know how Vegeta, with his level 3, he spams a fuck ton, right?
Yeah.
But with Captain Ginyu, maybe he spams less key blasts, but the key spamming is a lot more honed in onto the raider and does a bit more damage, but at the cost of spamming less. Because in the show, he didn't spam it all that much, but he did spam it to a point. So what they could do is add variants to it, onto other transfers. So what you could do is you could be Vegeta level 3 at the cost of being able to key spam much more, much faster, and overwhelm the raider. Yeah. Or you can do Captain Ginyu, where it's more damage based with his key spamming. It's a easier tracking, better aiming, but you spam a lot less, and might even have a little bit of explosive damage to it. What do you think about that?
I mean, I like the idea. Don't get me wrong. I'm just thinking in terms of how realistic would it be to implement it. So I'm just trying to like find the best of both worlds. But I do like your idea. I did just think of a different one.
I'm all ears. What's up?
So what if you can pick your M1 to be whatever it is from the 3 transfers you have? So you pick
What do you mean?
You pick 3 transfers, level 1, level 2, level 3. And let's say your level 1 has a great super, but a shit M1. You can then either pick your level 2 or level 3 M1 to go to your level 1. For example.
I don't. If I okay, who has a really good super?
Quite a few.
I think. Yeah. Okay. So, for example, special beam cannon.
Yeah, I was gonna say special needs cannon. Yeah.
Special needs cannon. Yeah. So my level 1 has special needs cannon. And my level 3 is Vegeta, who's, by the way, has one of the best key spammies.
Yep.
And I gave it over to my level 1.
Yep.
I think that'd be pretty annoying, to me, at least. Like, key spamming is already... Okay, no, let me back up a little bit. So, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but Melee is dead for Raider because of Angry Shell. Raider, to me at least, is dead, right? And if we're gonna do that kind of idea that you're thinking of, then I think Raider should also get something. I don't know what, but I don't want the Raider to feel like weak or powerless.
I mean, no offense to Raiders. Sorry to cut you off, but like,
it's fine.
This goes back to what we were doing in the pilot, where the whole game just needs to be rebalanced. Like, these ideas we're thinking of, they're great, but we would be against implementing them unless they fix the core issues of the game. So we're giving good ideas, but we know that we cannot agree with implementing them unless they fix other issues.
And there's a lot of issues still.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a saying, wishful thinking.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. But, I mean, with the ideas we're thinking of, right? I don't think they need to change up the whole mechanic of the game with the ideas that we've been saying. What do you think? Do you agree with that?
I think they need... Okay, if we take out, the obvious stuff like crossplay, stuff like that, player base. The one thing they need to change to help balancing is just to give Raiders what you give Survivors, which is skills. You potentially even different supers as well. Put them all in the gacha. Just make it so you can customize Raiders like you can Survivors, and then the game will naturally just balance out on its own. Like, do that, wait a couple of months, and then you will start to notice different gameplay styles, different variations. Spopovich actually, not getting invalidated. Cell not dying in level 2. You will actually see different variations, and then at that point you could say that it's a skill issue and not a Raider issue.
Yep.
So they just Dead by Daylight has this. Dead by Daylight has it so you can pick your skills and pick the map, pick the add-ons. I don't understand why they can't do this for Raiders. This would help out the game so much in terms of balancing if they did this, because again, at the start of every season, new Raiders OP, they nerf the Raider, they give us more skills for Survivors that make all Raiders weaker throughout the season, and then new season again, rinse and repeat. So the new Raider is always going to start OP, and the rest of the Raiders are just going to fall into the void.
Fall into irrelevancy.
Yeah.
That is very true. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But didn't we discuss how if Raiders are gonna have actives and passives,
Mm-hmm.
right? Aren't they gonna have to like balance out a lot of other shit in order for that to happen? Because think about it.
No, they don't. They can start small.
Really?
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
like what?
obviously, it depends on like what skills they decide to implement. But if, for example, they give us more supers for raiders, you don't need to change anything about the game.
Yeah, that's not a crazy change. Yeah, I agree. If they can, dude, like, please, I want to switch out special beam cannon out of cell level 2. Like, no one fucking uses that, man.
Yeah.
When has anyone ever gotten any real value? I mean, maybe for like a snipe, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I want a super. Like, what if cell level 2 got like a miniature volley? Sounded kind of like Guldo. A miniature volley. I think that'd be pretty decent. What do you think about that?
Yeah, honestly, it would be good. I'd like that. Even just change it to a Kamehameha, which is the same as his other super. It has a wide hitbox, long range, still better than special beam cannon.
Oh yeah. What if it was like motionless, where he just shot it out immediately? That would be a really good combat super.
That would be.
Like,
I actually, sorry to cut you off. I actually thought of different super variations for some of the raiders. So, for cell level 2, instead of special beam cannon, they could have a charge attack, like Rikum does, and when he gets you, he grabs you and then sticks his tail in you and reduces your D change and levels up his own a bit, kind of like how Spopo does with Yamu.
That's a pretty good one. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Instead of just him picking you up 20 years and then dropping you and then absorbing you.
Yeah, that could be a good variation. A similar one for Frieza, which I'm surprised they didn't do, is the move Frieza did against Krillin. Have a charge move with your horns, and if you hit the raider, it could pierce them, shake them a bit, and then just throw them.
Maybe Survivor.
Yeah, sorry, Survivor, yeah.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, just they need to just change up the supers a bit to make them relevant, and that won't reduce that won't need a game rework. It'll just make raiders more customizable,
more different, more engaging to fight with, more thinking. It has to be done.
Yeah, because when a raider faces survivors, he doesn't know what skills they have. He doesn't know what supers they're running. Whereas when survivors play a raider, they know immediately everything about the raider.
Yep. Which this Frieza has volley. This Frieza has explosive thing, full power wave, be on the lookout, breaking strike.
It's not fair. It's honestly not fair.
You're not wrong. I another thing I hope they do is give raiders different evasives. What do you think about that? Different evasives for the raiders.
I would like the option for a raider to equip 2 evasives if they want. In
2?
Yeah, they sacrifice one of their current skills for a second evasive if they prefer.
Wouldn't that be very difficult to deal with? 2 evasives? I mean, look, I get it. Captain Ginyu has like what, 5 evasives if all his members are alive, but at least they're conditioned to it.
I mean, they could have it so that if you have two skills of the same category, their cooldowns are longer.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So it would. What do you think? It would double the amount for both, or so from 25 seconds to for both, it would be 40 seconds or something.
Yeah, something like that. I think that would be good.
Okay.
In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good trade-off. Yeah, I like that kind of thing because it's kind of like add-ons. Dead by Daylight. It's kind of like add-ons from Dead by Daylight, right? Sometimes the add-ons as killer, right? You'll get a buff for a certain part, but you'll get a negative on another part.
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
Exactly, a trade-off, and they should apply that to breakers. You get you get an advantage on one part, but you're at a disadvantage or at a slight disadvantage on the next one. Just like you said, if you're gonna bring 2 evasives, you could do that, but at the cost of them being on longer cooldown, like from 25 seconds to 50 seconds for both cooldowns.
Something like that, yeah. I think it would be good, yeah. So like it Frieza, has Zarbon and Dodoria. Fuck it, you can get rid of both Zarbon and Dodoria, put 3 evasives, but you have to deal with a cooldown of a minute 30 for each.
Oh, okay, that's getting a little too crazy there.
I mean, it's doable. I think
it
it's
is
plausible.
doable.
Yeah.
It's not something that would break the game.
I don't think so. And Frieza loses his scouts.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, trying to buff raiders is always so iffy. Like me and you can go on and on about how they can nerf, change, buff a lot of the survivor shit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the shit is very, if you really think about it, very minor. It's like we got to jumble it up all together for it to be a big thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very true.
Like, but as for Raider, you change one thing about them, dude. Raiders are OP. Raiders are underpowered. Raiders need this. Raiders need that if they're gonna change that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And the changes that we're talking about, I don't think are too crazy.
No, definitely not. No, we haven't even gotten into like different kinds of skills. We're only talking about basic supers and being able to just overlay existing skills. We haven't even talked about like what passive skills they had to really break the game.
And to add on to that list, we're talking about basic stuff in asymmetrical games in general.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight, VHS Horror, I think it was called Society Horror. The newest Leatherface asymmetrical game that's coming out soon.
Oh yes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's gonna be a wicked game. What other asymmetrical game is pretty solid in your book? Friday the 13th.
It's a dead game, but yeah.
It is sadly it is. Shouts out to Cracktickle for giving me that idea that one time.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was a good game.
These are very basic shit that should be put into an asymmetrical game. But these are stuff that are not in breakers. And because of that, it's so iffy to talk excuse me. To talk about what to add, what to buff, what to nerf in breakers. Because they're missing they're literally missing half of the basic shit that asymmetrical games should have, which is the powerful side. The powerful side on breakers, they don't really have much of their kits. What can you do? Level up the skills, remove like 2 seconds, make a move a little bit more efficient than it is normally, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you said it yourself. The survivors know everything about the raider that they're playing. As for the raider, they don't know jack shit. They just have to assume, all right, maybe they have barrier, maybe they have bike, maybe they have this, maybe they have a Dragon Ball Divine detection thing, maybe they have this, maybe they have that. So there's a lot of guessing on the raider part, and then that's why playing raider is very, very stressful. A lot of the time.
Yeah.
Let alone up against a pre-made, but pre-mades are the completely different topic.
Yeah. It's a tough world, Raiders. But,
exactly.
Yeah, that's something we can discuss further in the next episode because we're reaching the end of this one. I believe we're hitting on almost 45 minutes.
All right, yeah, this is a pretty good cliffhanger to end it off on.
Yep. So I hope you all enjoyed listening to us in the background, or whether just in your own time.
We're playing breakers.
Yep, I would like to thank our lovely host, Jojo.
Hi, what's up? Happy to be here. Happy to talk about this. This is really fun. I really like talking about these kinds of things, because who knows? What if by some ungodly miracle, they actually listen to a part of this podcast and be like, you know what? Let's do that.
You know what? If they ever do that, we can honestly say we've made it.
We're famous if that happens. We are more
infamous.
Famous than the YouTube guys.
Yeah.
Or infamous, yeah.
Either way. But yeah, thank you, Jojo, and thanks to myself also, Double D. I'm just thanking myself. I don't know why, but we're rolling with it.
Thank you, Double D. Here.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I feel a lot better now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you all in the next episode.
All right. Goodbye.